A warm welcome to Aviation this week on Channels Television. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi. The poor state of land transport infrastructure and passenger services in much of Africa appears to offer a promising opportunity for the further development of air transport services throughout the continent. Civil aviation in Africa has also embarked on a process of deregulation with what has been called the Yamoussoukro Declaration, but has not achieved its aim of a borderless continent. With Ethiopia, South Africa and Kenya leading on the continent, experts believe Nigeria can take advantage of its large population to push the frontiers of air services on the West Coast. That's our interest this week.
The International Air Transport Association says that Africa is set to be one of the fastest growing aviation regions over the next 20 years. With an expected annual expansion averaging nearly 5%, this opens up incredible economic opportunities for the continent's 54 nations. By transporting some 70 million passengers annually, aviation already supports some 6.9 million jobs and $80 billion of economic activities on the African continent. Experts say factors responsible for the poor performance of African airlines include high cost of aviation fuel, high charges, poor and high cost of infrastructure, small market size, regulatory barriers and poor funding of airlines.
We are still in debt, clearly. We told you last year we were looking for $200 million in terms of bridge money to allow us to have working capital in order to prepare the long-term capital structure of the business. We drew $100 million mid last year. We are about to draw the second $100 million to allow us to have flexibility in the business today, and also to allow the creditor position to reduce. We already made decisions around aircrafts. So today, we've sold 777-200s, two of them, they're out of the network. The 777-300s, we are subleasing those. We're subleasing another 2 787s. So all those actions have been taken. Those are painful decisions in a business. People decisions are much more sensitive. And the thing about people decisions, it's not that you can just make a casual approach to them. We have to make, as part of the holistic view of the plan, a solid review of where do we need to take reductions, what sort of quantum do we need, what's the impact of that, and how do we finance it.
While the continent presents much promise, IATA believes that government must stop milking the industry for taxes and enable it with smarter regulations focused on safety and the development of connectivity. For the continent to grow, there is also need for cost-effective and appropriate infrastructure development, because this is critical to the sustainability and expansion of African aviation. Many others believe consultations and collaboration among airlines and airports is also important, as no one knows better than the airlines the level of airport charges that enable a route to be viable and the kind of amnesties they need to support their passengers and aircraft efficiently. Safety in Africa is the top priority. Most governments have committed to achieving world-class safety levels as set out by the Abuja Declaration. Many airlines in Nigeria, including Medview, First Nation, Dana, Arik and Aero, are all in the IOSA registry.
There's a lot of benefits. Frequent flyer miles that you go in with other companies and everything, you must show that you have gone into you've done the IOSA audit. It makes you a safe airline, at least to a certain level, because again, it's an audit that you cannot say you pass or you fail. It's an audit that brings out the deficiencies and the gaps that you need to close.
With IOSA in the kitty, numbers are a huge part of airline operations, as international carriers still control 80% of the share of the African market. African airlines have only 18%, which means that the African market share has been shrinking over the years as regional carriers continue to be dominated by airlines from Europe, the Middle East, and the US. While countries like South Africa, Morocco, Ethiopia, and Kenya are maximizing the benefits of aviation for economic growth, many experts believe that Nigeria has not maximized its potentials just yet.
Taking aviation more seriously and investing in infrastructure may help to change the face of the industry in Africa. Above all, cooperation and collaboration is important for a borderless Africa, as well as new innovations. That's from our guest.
Aviation is a high-tech industry, so it needs innovation to sustain it. It also needs proactive measures because of impact to the environment, impact to other modes of transport, as well as uncharted territories. We're learning new things and finding out new things as time goes on. So aviation definitely has to be proactive. We have come a long way. Africa, unfortunately, still contributes about 3% of global aviation. A few African countries have made huge strides. And I'd like to name South Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria. However, we are still